This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Afreilichem Purim, everybody. You know, Purim is a very serious time, and that's why we try to give more Musar on Purim than any other time of the year. And there are certain minhagim, holy minhagim in Klal Yisrael, that not every shul is zoicha to put into practice. And for many, many years, we try to institute the idea of having a Purim Rav. And Baruch Hashem, we went to the far ends of the world, and we found the Rishon LeZion from Bukhara. Back in the day, from Reb Chaim Noah's times, who has been preparing for this holy day for a very long time. And one of the inyanim of the Purim Rav is that, why did Klal Yisrael bow down to the Tzelem in the time of Nebuchadnezzar? Why did they eat the Suda of Achashverosh? Because they had farkrumta svaras, they used Purim Torah to rationalize and to justify. So therefore on Purim we appoint a Purim Rav to show us what kind of Rabbanim they used to have. And for other holy purposes, I want to introduce somebody who, I can't get into all the soidos, but the Rosh Tevos of his name are 216 Keneged, all the 72 letter names of Hashem. Harav Hagoyin, Reb Weinberg, Shlita, Ha'admar, Ha'kadosh, Ha'tahar, V'hanoira, Mi Cedarhurst, Mi back Cedarhurst.
Okay. Listen, can you just give out the Mar Mekoimus, please, for the Chevra? All right, Shkar Tevorach Mipil Yon. Okay. If you need more, there's plenty more. Bishus, the Marda Asa Harav Daniel Yaakov Glatstein Shlita. I just want to share a story with the Olam and connect some dots that you never knew were connected. So there was this Rav, we'll call him Reb Jack Daniel, and he liked to drink a lot. We'll call it learning. He was able to finish a few blot in one sitting easy. Of course he enjoyed learning by himself, but it's always more geschmack to learn with a chavrusa. But Reb Jack Daniel, like everything he does it next level. He got a whole bunch of guys to join him in his learning over Zoom and drinkinganytime.com. One day, after learning a few blot, getting high on learning, Reb Jack Daniel looks up to the heavens and he wonders. It says in the pasuk, "Mordechai yatsa milifnei hamelech bilvush malchus tchelos v'chor v'ater zahav gedei lo v'sachrich butz v'argoma." Mordechai goes out wearing the royal garb, the golden crown, the blue wool, red wool, purple wool, white linen, the exact same prestige colors that we find by the Bigdei Kohen Gadol. In fact, it says in the pasuk, Hashem says to Moshe, "V'sisa Bigdei Kodesh la'aroi nachicha." Why? Lechavod u'lesifaris. For honor and glory of Hashem's name. Says Reb Aaron Tenenbaum, we find these exact words, Lechavod u'lesifaris b'v'nahaflechu. Where? Shabbos morning, davening in Kalodan, when we're talking about the great luminaries in the heavens, Toivim Ma'ir Shabar Lekeinu, what do we say over there? Pe'er v'chavod noiznim lishmoi. They bring glory and honor to his name. So, like I told you, Jack Daniel, he's in a good place. He learned a lot. He's admiring the sky. And he says to himself, he realizes that Hashem paints the heavens in the same royal, prestigious colors. The sun is represented by the gold is represented by the sun. The silver is represented by the moon and the stars. The blue wool is the daytime sky. Purple, nighttime sky. Red wool is the sunset. And of course the white linen is the clouds. Jack Daniel decides right then and there that this is what he wants to do, other than making whiskey. He wants to speak of the Pe'er v'chavod of which the heavens speak of the Almighty. Now, if you came down to this world just to hear this vart, it was worth it. The gematria of Jack Daniel, that's Gimel, Shmitchik, Kuf, Daniel, Bemiluyoy, equals Magid Harikia using the Atbash formula Mekoila. You're going to tell me, Refael, Chacham, Refael, you're off by 50. So we know that nekudos have a gematria value as well. However, we don't even have to come on to that. The Shmitchik after the Gimel is 50. Unbelievable. You can't make this up, right? So now, getting back to the story, Reb Jack Daniel wants to spread the glory of Hashem. However, he has a learning problem. He learns too much. He's addicted to learning. He can't get his hands off the good book. So he joins the Aleph Shir, and he came up with a 4-step program to learn responsibly. Number 1, get a sponsor for the Aleph Shiurim. Number 2, don't learn and drive. Number 3, pace yourself. Number all your shots. Myra Mekoimis. Number 4, give tzedakah. Say l'kadam meir aneni, help me. I shouldn't get lost in my learning. And moreover, I'm proud to tell you that Baruch Hashem, it's working. And he's now in the middle of publishing a book that's going to sell not 1 time a year, but 2 times a year on Sphira and the 3 weeks, titled The Mustache and the Beard, talking about the Kedusha of the beard, the Hadras Purim, the fact that on Yom HaKippurim we look for someone who's a Kanai Megudol to daven Hashliach Tzibur for the Yom to lead the davening. Simultaneously, he's coming out with a book that's going to sell 6 times a year about Tainus Esther and all the other fasts and why Hashem is angry at Klal Yisrael, titled The Fast and the Furious. And of course, he also fused his passion for tefillah and his love of the Sfaradim. And he's working on a new siddur that's going to bring achdus among Klal Yisrael like never before. This is important. Nusach Sfashkenaz. And it's a very easy nusach. Everybody likes it. You're not going to break your teeth over the words. In fact, it's recommended by 4 out of 5 dentists. There's even going to be markings under certain words, so people are going to put the right emphasis on the right syllable. But let's not get sidetracked. The pasuk says that Yaakov Avinu crossed the Yarden with his walking stick. Ki v'makli avartis Yarden hazeh, says the Oitzer Pelois HaTorah Makel. All he had is this Makel. Makel is Roshei Teivos me'olam kivinu loch. We always yearn to you, Hashem, for our salvation. And that's what got Yaakov Avinu through the tough times. So now we understand why why the Yidden always happy, because Cain Tialanu. We have a Cain which reminds us of the Makel, that we have no one else to lean on but Hashem. And by the way, this is the Makar, why many Heilige Rebbes have a Cain, and some are even more Mehudar, they have a silver one. Maybe we'll get Rabbi Glatstein a Cain. Yeah, Makel. I don't think it's a Hasidish, Litvish thing. Fine. Anyways, I'm just going to take a quick commercial break over here, and there's a sign-up sheet by the door for a Kivrei Rishoim tour, led by Reb Jack Daniel on Purim and Shushan Purim. It's Kedai to go. We're going to be hitting up Haman, Nebuchadnezzar, swallow, and all the Kvarim that voted for Biden. We're going to go with our tzitzis out. We're going to be like La Russia. It's going to be geschmack. You don't want to miss it. It's mamish going to change your life. And now, Hashem gave me a matana. Such an Einfeld. Mamish ayim v'noira. If you had to come back to this planet a second time just to hear this part, as a Gilgul, it would be worth it. We know that Purim is all about being mitzvah of the Oisiyos and making Hashem's name one. Are you ready for this? Buckle up. Look at number 11 on your sheet. Azriel, made you look? If you take the Gimel with the dash from Jack, and you take the Dalit from Daniel, and you mitzaref it using the alphabet formula, you have G-D. May this Purim be the day as we conclude every davening when we say, Bayoimahu Yashem Echad Ushmo Echad Afrei Lechem Purim.
Jack Daniel has a brother, Johnny Walker.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.